Hey guys, King of Charmander here. Today I'll be your judge, your jury, and your analyst, and today I bring to you my best ABB team for Little Jungle Cup Remix. So, this team is kind of a wall behind it because you have a Swampert. I'm using Hydrocan Swampert in the back. The Swampert 2-Shield Trot works really well, and I will give you, yes, there might be a Razor Leaf user or two out there. They're not meta, but you're gonna see some crazy people doing it because they're just playing Little Jungle Cup for fun. But if you do see it, you will see how to play it in the shoutcast. So this is G-Fisk, Wooper, and Swampert in the back. So you're gonna have, you have the Steel type with G-Fisk and your two Water types with Wooper and with Swampert. So if you lose the lead with G-Fisk, as in it would be like a Fire type with Fletching, but you can try to play your way through Fletching, or you can send in Wooper. Because you have two Water types in the back, Fletchinder, or anything in any Fire type like Pyroar will do. It's gonna get watered down, especially since they're running like Fire Fang, and Ember's resisted by both Wooper as well as your Swampert. So really simple team to run, but before we get started, this is my therapist mental health tip of the day. As usual, you can skip this by going 2 minutes ahead of the video or going to the chapters. There's a reason why I do chapters. But this is with burnout. So, understanding burnout. Yes, people tell you all the time about being burned out, but there's not really anybody that gives you the detailed thing of what burnout actually is. Yes, most people don't do it. Here is the psychoeducational version of it, thanks to Psychology Tools. Some of you might feel burned out because of season 11 or 12, etc. But the thing is, I don't get burned out with GBL because I'm so used to battling that I don't get frustrated. 99% of the time, I don't get frustrated or angry with GBL. It's what it, yeah, that's what it is. 99% of the time. But yes, I don't, but with burnout is a common issue that affects everyone in any career. So research suggests around 18% of people struggle with high levels of burnout in some countries and any more at risk. While burnout is usually a work-related problem, it can arise in other settings such as sport and education, like Go Battle League. So if you're burned out for Go Battle League, this worksheet can help you, but definitely take a look at this in the description. And understanding and coping and overcoming burnout that happens live. I get burned out sometimes too. That used to be in the early days. Now I don't really get burned out with PvP nowadays. It's a hobby, it's fun, and it's not, I don't get it, yeah, like I mentioned before. But without further ado, this is my best ABB team for Little Jungle Cup Remix, and let's get started. Alright, here are the battles. So first off, I get Land Off the Gray, which I'm actually really impressed because I like Lord of the Rings. I'm a big Hobbit fan / Lord of the Rings fan, and I can't wait to watch the new series coming out. And as you see, we got Wigglytuff on to Stunfisk. So I'm like, wow, this person's running meta because that's a shiny Wigglytuff. Shiny and under the limit for freaking Little Jungle Cup. My opponent switches into Onyx. In all honesty, I think you should have safe switched before, but having two things weak to G-Fisk sucks, especially since mine is running Muddy Water. I think they were expecting to see a Rock Slide, but that's why I like Muddy Water so much, because Muddy Water is double super effective against Onyx, gets the attack debuff like you see here, and you're never really ever going to get to an Earthquake. With Muddy Water, you can make some magic happen, etc. if you're going to lose, and if you win CMP against another G-Fisk, you win with Muddy Water. Also, if they don't have Muddy Water, you beat them. And as you see, Muddy Water just has so many more uses. They send in Wigglytuff. I'm going to switch into Wooper. Wooper is your general safe switch for this team. You lose the lead with G-Fisk, which would be against another Wooper, etc. You send in Wooper. And then you try to keep G-Fisk away from the weakness, while Hydro Cannon plus Body Slams can take shields and hopefully get sweep with G-Fisk in the back. In this instance, all I'm going to do is Body Slam my opponent to oblivion. For those of you wrestling nerds, yes, I watched AEW recently, Dynamite. It was Will Ospreay versus Kenny Omega, the Elite versus Unite, and it was a freaking amazing match. And speaking of Body Slams, that's like Will Ospreay, if you know who I'm talking about. He's just high-flying British wrestler, and he's freaking amazing. And he's cool. I like him a lot. And we're just going to absolutely eviscerate our opponent. I don't know why they didn't just top left here to save some time, but they just chose to get mud-shotted down, and then we get the dub anyways. For the next one, we got Deino onto G-Fisk. This is another winning lead for you. This is a really meta lead as well. Deino isn't bad. What I don't like about Deino is that Deino charge move energy, charge move pressure is really the name of the game at this meta. And a lot of times is when it comes to Deino, there's a better user now, as in Steelix with Dragon Tail. Steelix with Dragon Tail and Psychic Fangs is actually a lot better than Deino leads. Just because you have the option of debuffing with Sand Tomb, you also have Psychic Fangs, which is really good. All I'm gonna do is straight Rock Slide here. My opponent is staying in. I don't know what they're doing. And I see a Sableye with Astonish and my brain is like, okay, this person's in. I thought it was meta, but you know, when you go into... When you start off the season, you see some really crazy stuff. In this case, I see a freaking Sableye. Bro, it's not even Halloween yet. It's next month, dude. I love Halloween. It's my birthday next month. Halloween's like literally right after my birthday, so I like Halloween too. But you know what? At this given time, it is not Halloween yet. And Sableye isn't great for the Little Jungle Cup remix, unfortunately. We're just going to drop a bunch of Rock Slides here. I'm going to send in Swampert, and I see a Sneasel. Sneasel is very squishy. However, Swampert is also a beast with Hydro Cannon. So all we're going to do is Swampert Closer Strat, and we're literally going to Hydro Cannon down, and then one Mud Shot should take the match. You lose the lead, you say switch in a Wooper, or you could save shields for a Swampert in the back, but this team has so much pressure that it just absolutely dominates. We got G-Fist onto its cousin, Maple Pancake. We got Bird Pancake, Bear Trap, whichever one you want to call it, versus Maple Pancake, which is that thing right there. Now, this one's actually using Muddy Water, and I'm actually surprised. I'm like, wow, Muddy Water? Because of this isn't that bad. If you're using the regular Stunfisk for Little Jungle Cup remix, you should ideally be running Mud Shot because Mud Shot is super effective. And I just switch here just because Wooper and Swampert do resist discharge. So might as well send in Swampert now, and we get a Drill Burr. And then what I'm going to do here is I'm actually going to fully farm them down after I fire one Body Slam. On a fire one, hope I grab a shield, and then since that's a scratch Drill Burr, all I'm going to do is just farm this thing down. Either they shouldn't get to a move or I'll kill them before they get to it. So, as you see here, full farm down. We got shield advantage. This case, this is literally game. And I see a Swablu. Now, funny thing is Swablu actually isn't bad for Little Cup because it's actually pretty tanky. As you see here, it's able to eat 2 Body Slams pretty healthily from my Wooper. But unfortunately, I still have a whole Swampert in the back, and I have G-Fist, and I have shield advantage. Literally, Swampert is going to have a field day. All I have to do is take that last shield, then I can send in Swampert and just end my opponent's life. I don't even have to shield this if I want to. The thing is, it has Disarming Voice as well as Aerial Ace. That's what Swablu's moveset is. So, what I like about G-Fisk lead, it wins a lot of leads. If you don't, the Swooper is an incredible safe switch because of so much pressure. It only takes you 4 Mud Shots. It only takes 4 Mud Shots to literally Body Slam your opponent to hell. So, as you see here, Rock Slide goes off, we take it, and then we're going to send in Swampert. Even if our opponent has a move here, I'm going to be able to get to a Muddy Water, and then just close out. You're never going to get to an Earthquake, which is why I don't run Earthquake on either Swampert or on G-Fisk. It takes too long to get to, plus Muddy Water allows you to fire off in only 4 Mud Shots, just because Muddy Water is only 35 energy. Getting that debuff is huge, and as you see here, I'm able to outpace them and win CMP 2 Muddy Water before they even get a move off, and I win with 2 shields. For the 4th battle, we got Stunfisk on a Pikachu, so I'm like, oh, hey, this is great, I have a good lead, except for this. Your worst nightmare with this team is this thing. Roserade, or any Razor Leaf user, and mind you, you can see them. However, you won't, if you buy, like, Grass types get destroyed by Swinub, so this is actually interesting. Well, not really because Grass type does super effective damage too, but like it's weird. So I'm gonna have to find a really good win condition out of this. As you see, I'm going to send in Wooper, and Wooper's able to farm down despite losing half of its HP. Because there's a Pikachu here, we're gonna invoke the 2 shield strat. So we're going to sack, if you see a grass lead like that, sack Galarian Stunfisk in the lead, and then send in Wooper to try to farm down. If they double shield, it's really rough, but if they eat a move like you saw there, you can possibly farm down, and then you can save your shields for Swampert. Swampert has 2 shields. I'm about to end this freaking Onix's life with a Hydro Cannon, and that's GG's. Very basic team to run. Super generic. It really is for the Little Jungle remix. If you don't, again, like I mentioned in the beginning, if you don't have a Swampert, you can go ahead and just replace it with Swinub in the back. You can literally put Swinub in the back, or if you want to use a Swinub or even Shelmet. But I prefer Swinub though. Swinub Closer will do a lot for you. the problem with Shelmet is if Shelmet lines up against Galarian Stunfisk, it's really bad. For the 5th and final battle, we win the lead. We got Nidorino, and my brain is like, what the heck? And that's a Sandshrew. The great thing is, it's a shiny as well, and shinies do more damage. Unfortunately, we are carrying Muddy Water, so our opponent was trying to catch a Rock Slide. And unfortunately, we don't have Rock Slide. We have Muddy Water. Well, we have Muddy Water too, so then you both work out. But yeah, you never really need Earthquake. We eat the Sand Tomb. You can eat the first one comfortably here. It's going to lower your defense, but we can eat the first one perfectly fine. You can even the second one if you want to. The good thing about Wooper as a save switch is you're able to take a ton of moves. It's semi-tanky, and it gets to Body Slam / Mud Bombs really, really quickly. It only takes 5 Mud Shots to get to either move. And I think you could possibly get to 2 rack of Body Slam damage really easily, just because Mud Shot is 9 energy per slash. And as you see, Mud Bomb and Body Slam give you a lot of versatility in this meta. I haven't seen any Skarmories yet. However, you can actually beat Skarmories straight Body Slam with Wooper. If you get a Skarmory switched in, like if you somehow get locked into a Skarmory with Wooper, just go straight Body Slam and you win. In this case, I have 2 shields. We literally wiped our opponent. 1 Hydro Cannon will wipe out this power from the face of the earth. And then that's GG's. I hope y'all enjoyed the battles. Again, this is just a really cool showcase. The best ABB team I see for Little Jungle Cup Remix, and it's freaking awesome, and it nets me this sweet 5-0. I hope y'all enjoyed the battles, and yeah, Swampert 2 shield strat runs Little Jungle Cup Remix. It's really freaking good. And that's game. I hope y'all enjoyed the battles. This game is, yeah, this team is it's really simple to run. You lose the lead with G-Fisk, you swap into Wooper, and then Wooper and G-Fisk with shields closes out. Wooper is really good in the meta because its ability to spam Body Slams to oblivion. Your biggest wall would definitely be Skarmory, but believe it or not, yes, Wooper has a chance against Skarmory, or rather, it beats it. I have to double check the sim to make it exact, but that's probably the biggest thing you're going to run with this team. You don't need a Swampert in this team. You could have a Swinub or a Shelmet in the back, preferably Swinub, just because Swinub Powder Snow, Icy Wind didn't get a buff, and Swinub with Icy Wind and Body Slam is really good. As far as Skarmory goes with Wooper, let's see, let me double check this. With Skarmory and Wooper, you lose the Skarmory loses the 2 shield matchup, and 3 turns of difference can flip the scenario. But the thing is, what happens to it is that you have to land a mud shot, and then you have to land a Body Slam. So you will never get to a Mud Shot and a Body Slam. I mean, you'll never get to 2 Body Slams won't kill, but a Mud Shot and a Body Slam. But still, it's like you can beat it in the 2 shield. Just make sure, like I mentioned, you land a Mud Shot, and then you have to land and then just straight Body Slam. But I haven't seen any Skarmory so far. I've played 10 battles with this. I played 20 battles in Little Jungle Cup, and I haven't seen a single freaking Skarmory. I think that Skarmory kind of took a back seat to Steelix with Psychic Fangs, because Steelix with Psychic Fangs is good, don't get me wrong, but actually, yeah, it's technically better because you also have Sand Tomb, etc., and Psychic Fangs gives you that debuff. So, but the good thing is, with Skarmory's kind of going away, that means Wooper does well against Steelix, and you already saw in the shoutcast just how Wooper does. I mean, Wooper and Muddy Water, Swampert, Muddy Water, G-Fisk, and Swampert with Hydro Cannon and Muddy Water do well in this cup. But I did Elite TM this Swampert. Sadly, none of my friends actually had a Swampert to give me that's under 500. So I had to Elite TM this. So do me a huge favor, because I bring y'all entertainment. Please like, subscribe, and comment for the YouTube algorithm. And yeah, this is my hobby. And you know what? Since I don't use my Elite TMs anyways, I'm just going to shoot on the Swampert. So there you go. But I hope y'all enjoyed the battles. Little Jungle Cup is really, it's actually a lot better than it was last time with a lot of the bans. So I applaud Niantic for making bans that actually matter. So hopefully y'all enjoy this as well, and hopefully this team does help you out. Again, you don't need Swampert. You can easily just replace it with Swinub or something else in the back. G-Fisk and Wooper is pitiful for this team. However, you can replace the back row. I'll be streaming Friday through Monday as usual in the mornings, as I usually do. And hopefully we're going to have some fun in Season 12. But do me a huge favor. Good luck on your Go Battle League sets, and I will see y'all on the next video.